All right, let's talk about something that seems so simple, but is actually packed with some serious psychology: the habit tracker. We're going to get into exactly why seeing your progress laid out in front of you might just be the single biggest secret to finally making those good habits stick.
You know the feeling, right? You decide to start a new habit. Maybe it's hitting the gym or learning an instrument. The first few days, you are just on fire, absolutely unstoppable. But then, maybe a week or two later, that excitement just kind of vanishes, and you're left standing there wondering, wait, where did all that drive go? It really is like a roller coaster, isn't it? These massive peaks of inspiration followed by these deep, deep valleys where you just can't bring yourself to do anything. It is so frustrating. But what if I told you this has almost nothing to do with your willpower? Turns out there's a much deeper reason this happens, and more importantly, a way to fix it.
So here's the big idea. We've been looking at this all wrong. We think we need to be tougher, to have more discipline, more grit. But the real engine of motivation isn't about forcing yourself to do things. It's about the feeling you get when you know you're moving forward. It is all about progress.
Just let that sink in for a second. The most effective form of motivation is progress. It's so simple but so profound. When our brains get a clear, undeniable signal that we're actually making headway, that our effort is leading somewhere, that's when we get this incredible surge of motivation to keep going. Think of it like this. Every single time you do the thing you're supposed to do and you mark it off, you're giving your brain this tiny little reward, a little hit of satisfaction. And each one of those little wins is like adding a little more fuel to your motivational fire. It creates this awesome feedback loop that, honestly, can become wonderfully addictive. And here's where we have to make a really key distinction. Relying on feeling like you're making progress, well, that's a bit shaky, right? It's totally invisible. It's subjective. And on a bad day, it's really easy to forget you've made any progress at all. But progress you can see, that is a whole different ballgame. It is concrete proof. It's an objective record that your bad mood can't argue with.
So that leads us to the million-dollar question. How do we do that? How do we take this invisible, fleeting feeling of progress and turn it into something we can see, something tangible and, well, undeniable? And that, my friends, is where habit tracking comes in. We tend to think of it as just another chore, another to-do list, but it's so, so much more than that. A habit tracker is a system for manufacturing visual proof of your own hard work. Every little check mark, every colored-in box is like a tiny trophy that says, yep, I showed up today, I did the work. It's evidence.
Okay, and this right here is where the real magic of this whole thing kicks in. Because a habit tracker isn't actually for the good days when you're already feeling motivated. No, its true power, its real value comes out on the days you feel like you've got absolutely nothing left.
Let's really dig into this scenario, because this is where the rubber meets the road. We all have those awful days. You wake up, your mood is in the gutter, you've got zero energy. These are the days that really test your commitment, right?
And on those days, your brain is an expert storyteller. It starts whispering these terrible, convincing stories. It'll say, you're not getting anywhere. This is all pointless. Why even bother? Just quit. Your brain will literally try to erase all the evidence of the hard work you've already put in.
But then you look at your tracker. You see that chain of X's. You see that line of completed days. And that tracker provides the counter-argument. It's the visual proof that your negative feelings are, to be blunt, lying to you. It's this quiet, powerful reminder that just says, whoa, hold on, look at this. Look how far you've already come.
And that brings us to the final psychological layer of this. And, well, it might just be the most powerful one of all. It's that simple, gut-level desire to not break the chain. Just picture it. You look at your calendar or your app, and you see this beautiful, long, unbroken chain of successes. And then you see it, today's empty square. That single blank box can be an unbelievably powerful motivator because our brains are just wired to want to fill in that gap. We want completion.
So why does the streak work so well? Well, first, it obviously creates momentum. Every day builds on the last. But the real secret sauce is something called loss aversion. It's a weird quirk of human psychology, where we are far more motivated by the fear of losing something than we are by the hope of gaining something. We don't want to lose our progress. We do not want to break that streak. And that desire pushes us to get started, right now, today.
So when you boil it all down, it's pretty clear. Motivation isn't some magical thing you have to wait for. It's something you build, one tiny checkmark at a time. The simple act of tracking your habits gives you visual proof. It helps you fight back on the bad days, and it uses your own psychology to keep you going. So that really only leaves one question. What streak are you going to start building today?